Ladies and gentlemen, today I ask you to reflect on a profound question. How will you impact the world? This question isn't reserved for world leaders, billionaires, or renowned activists. It is a question for each and every one of us, because the power to create change lies within us all. Everyone has the power to make a difference, regardless of their background, status, or resources. The idea that only a select few individuals, world leaders, billionaires, or celebrities have the ability to create lasting change is a misconception that limits the potential of ordinary people. Each one of us, regardless of where we come from or what we possess, holds the power to influence the world in meaningful ways. It's important to recognize that change does not always come from monumental acts. We often hear about the large-scale movements or breakthroughs that seem to define world-changing events. Mass protests, revolutionary inventions, or global shifts in policy. These events undoubtedly play a crucial role in shaping history. However, these achievements often begin with the actions of everyday individuals who, while they may seem unremarkable at first, possess the courage, conviction, and persistence to make a difference. Consider the stories of historical figures like Mahatma Gandhi, Rosa Parks, or Nelson Mandela. While their actions were undeniably transformative, they were not born into their roles as icons of change. They were individuals who stood up for their beliefs, even when the consequences seemed daunting. Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolent resistance, for example, did not start with a grand speech or a large gathering. It started with one person choosing to act according to his principles in the face of injustice. Rosa Parks' refusal to give up her seat on a segregated bus was an act of individual defiance, but it became the spark for a nationwide movement. These examples remind us that world-changing impact begins with one person, one action, and one decision to make a stand. However, the ability to create change doesn't always have to look like civil disobedience or social justice activism. The change can be as simple as helping someone in need, offering a kind word to someone struggling, or teaching others what you know. Every time we choose to be kind, to show empathy, or to extend a helping hand, we create a ripple effect that moves beyond our immediate actions. It's the teacher who goes the extra mile to help a struggling student, the community member who organizes a food drive, or the friend who lets communities work together with a common goal or vision in mind. Moreover, technology has exponentially amplified the power of individuals to make an impact. In today's digital age, one person's idea or initiative can spread globally within moments. Social media platforms, online petitions, and crowdfunding websites allow anyone with access to the internet to raise awareness, organize, and mobilize others for a cause. People are now able to influence everything from environmental movements to social issues to political campaigns with a few clicks. This interconnectedness means that the influence of one person is no longer limited by geographical constraints. A young activist in one part of the world can rally thousands, even millions of people from every corner of the globe, working toward common goals. Ultimately, the key takeaway is this: the power to create meaningful change does not lie solely in the hands of a select few. It is something that belongs to every one of us. The world is shaped by the actions of ordinary people who choose to make a difference, whether through large-scale projects or simple, everyday acts of kindness. Each person's actions, no matter how small, contribute to the collective change that shapes our communities, our societies, and our world. When we recognize that our individual actions can make a significant impact, we empower ourselves and others to take positive steps toward a better future. The world is waiting for each of us to make our mark, no matter how big or small, and together we can create the change we wish to see. Small acts create big ripples, often in ways that are not immediately visible. Many people think that in order to make a real difference, their actions must be large and obvious, that change only happens in grand gestures or monumental events. However, history and everyday life demonstrate that the smallest acts of kindness, generosity, and thoughtfulness can have a profound and far-reaching impact, often in ways that are far beyond what we can see at first. These actions may seem insignificant at the time, but they can set off a chain of reactions that build and multiply, touching lives and shaping the future in ways we might never fully understand. One of the most powerful examples of small actions having big effects is the ripple of kindness. It's easy to underestimate the importance of a simple smile or a few kind words to someone who is feeling down. Yet these small gestures can be deeply meaningful to the person who receives them. Imagine the power of a compliment to someone who feels unnoticed, a friendly greeting to someone feeling isolated, or a helping hand offered to someone struggling. These actions, while small, send the message that the person matters, that they are seen and valued. And when someone feels seen and valued, they are more likely to pass on that positivity to others. One kind word can spark a chain of kindness, spreading across communities and creating a ripple effect that grows beyond its origin. Additionally, small acts don't only apply to kindness, they extend to every facet of our daily lives. Consider the impact of small positive choices we make every day, such as recycling a bottle instead of tossing it in the trash, buying fair trade products, or making an effort to reduce our carbon footprint. These seemingly small decisions may seem insignificant on their own, but when practiced by many, they have the potential to drive large-scale change. Environmental movements, for instance, have grown from the actions of a few individuals who recognize the need for change. Greta Thunberg, at just 15 years old, started a solitary protest outside the Swedish parliament. But her small act of standing up for what she believed in sparked a global youth-led movement demanding climate action. The effects of her actions have rippled outward, inspiring millions of young people around the world to take action on behalf of the planet. What began as a single protest grew into a worldwide call for change. Similarly, small acts of generosity can have far-reaching effects. Consider the impact of a local food bank or charity that collects donations of food, clothing, or money. These contributions may seem small, but they add up over time, helping those in need and strengthening the bonds within the community. One act of giving can inspire others to give, creating a culture of generosity. A single volunteer may spark the involvement of many more, and a small donation can become part of a larger initiative that helps hundreds or thousands of people. Even the smallest effort to make a difference can turn into a wave of support, uplifting individuals and communities in ways that transcend what we might expect. The key to understanding the power of small acts is recognizing that their true impact often lies in the unseen and unquantifiable. When we do something kind, we may not know how it will affect the other person or what larger change it will eventually lead to, but that doesn't make the act any less important. One small act of kindness or generosity could inspire someone to pay it forward, creating a domino effect that stretches far beyond our initial intentions. It's like dropping a pebble into a pond. The ripples may grow and travel further than we can see or imagine. Moreover, small acts can also help to foster a sense of connection and community. In a world that often feels divided and fragmented, a simple gesture of kindness can help people feel united. These small actions create an environment where people feel supported and appreciated, which ultimately strengthens relationships and encourages others to contribute positively as well. When people are united by small, positive actions, they are more likely to work together for the greater good, creating a society built on cooperation, mutual respect, and kindness. The impact of small acts extends beyond personal interactions and can shape larger societal movements. Consider the civil rights movement in the United States, which began with small, seemingly insignificant acts of resistance, like Rosa Parks refusing to give up her seat on a segregated bus. This one simple act became the catalyst for a broader movement that led to significant social and political change. If Rosa Parks had not taken that small step, would the movement have grown as it did? Perhaps not. But that moment of quiet defiance inspired others to act, creating ripples that spread throughout the nation and beyond. Ultimately, the power of small acts lies in their ability to accumulate over time, spreading from one individual to the next and building momentum. Each small action, no matter how seemingly insignificant, has the potential to impact the world in ways we cannot always predict or see. Whether it's a small act of kindness, a choice to live more sustainably, or a decision to support a cause, these actions matter. When enough people commit to making small positive changes, the cumulative effect can be transformative, creating a better world for all. Every small step you take has the potential to create a ripple effect that goes far beyond what you can see. And this is how real, lasting change is built, VVV. Every individual has unique gifts, talents, and passions that make them uniquely equipped to contribute to the world in meaningful ways. These gifts are not limited to extraordinary abilities or talents that garner public recognition. They can be as simple as an empathetic heart, a sharp mind for problem solving, a creative vision, or a knack for bringing people together. The key lies in recognizing these qualities within yourself, nurturing them, and using them purposefully to make a difference in the lives of others. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others and feeling as though your contributions are insignificant. When we see athletes breaking records, artists creating masterpieces, or innovators building groundbreaking technologies, we may question whether our skills or passions matter as much. But the truth is that every gift, no matter how big or small it may seem, has the potential to create positive change. The beauty of diversity is that everyone has something to offer, and the world thrives when individuals embrace and share their unique abilities. Take, for example, this simple yet powerful gift of empathy. People who possess this quality can provide emotional support to others during difficult times. While empathy may not seem like a groundbreaking talent, its impact on someone who is struggling can be profound. A listening ear, a comforting word, or just being present for someone can make all the difference in their lives. This gift of emotional connection has a ripple effect, as those who receive support are often inspired to offer the same to others in the future. Similarly, practical skills and talents can have an incredible impact. Consider someone who is good at teaching, whether they are helping a child learn to read, mentoring a colleague at work, or conducting workshops in their community. Their ability to share knowledge and inspire others has far-reaching consequences. Teaching empowers others to grow and develop their own potential, which in turn enables them to contribute to society in meaningful ways. The teacher's gift doesn't stop with the individuals they teach. It multiplies as those individuals pass on what they have learned to others. Creative talents are another example of how unique gifts can leave a lasting mark on the world. Artists, musicians, writers, and designers have the ability to evoke emotions, challenge perspectives, and inspire action through their work. Even if their creations don't reach a global audience, they can have a profound impact on the people who encounter them. A single song, poem, or painting can resonate deeply with someone, providing comfort, motivation, or a sense of connection. Creativity often sparks further creativity, as one person's work can inspire others to pursue their own artistic endeavors or explore new ideas. For those with a passion for problem solving, their gifts can lead to innovative solutions to pressing issues. Whether it's an engineer developing a new technology, an entrepreneur launching a business that addresses a community need, or a scientist conducting groundbreaking research, these individuals use their skills to make life better for others. Their contributions may start small, but they have the potential to grow into transformative changes that improve lives on a much larger scale. The key to using your unique gifts to impact the world lies in recognizing their value and aligning them with a sense of purpose. This begins with self-reflection, understanding what you're good at, what you enjoy doing, and what brings you fulfillment. Once you've identified these aspects of yourself, consider how they can be applied to meet the needs of others or solve problems in your community. For example, if you have a passion for cooking, you might volunteer to prepare meals for the less fortunate. If you're skilled at organizing, you could help coordinate community events or fundraisers. The possibilities are endless, and the important thing is to start where you are with what you have. It's also important to remember that your gifts don't have to be fully developed to make a difference. Growth is a continuous process, and as you use your abilities, you'll likely discover ways to improve and expand them. You may even find new passions or talents along the way. The journey of using your gifts is as valuable as the outcomes you achieve, as it allows you to grow as a person and deepen your connection to the world around you. Ultimately, the world needs your unique gifts because no one else can contribute in the way you can. Your perspective, experiences, and abilities are unlike anyone else's, and when you use them intentionally, you bring something irreplaceable to the table. Whether your gift is rooted in compassion, creativity, intellect, or any other quality, it has the potential to make a difference. By embracing and sharing your unique talents, you not only impact the world, but also inspire others to do the same, creating a cycle of positive change that can transform lives and communities. Leading by example is one of the most powerful ways to create positive change in the world. People are naturally influenced by what they see others do, especially when those actions align with values they admire. Whether it's in your personal relationships, workplace, or community, the way you conduct yourself can inspire and motivate others to follow your lead. Actions speak louder than words, and when you lead with integrity, kindness, and purpose, you encourage others to do the same. It starts with small, everyday choices. Being kind and respectful to those around you, showing patience in challenging situations, or lending a helping hand to someone in need are all simple ways to lead by example. These acts may seem small, but they set a standard for behavior that others are likely to emulate. When people see you treating others with dignity and fairness, they are more likely to adopt similar behaviors in their own lives. In this way, your actions create a ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate sphere of influence. Leadership by example is particularly impactful because it demonstrates the values and behaviors you want to promote in a tangible, relatable way. Words alone can only go so far. People need to see those words translated into action to truly believe in them. For instance, a leader who emphasizes teamwork but fails to collaborate with others will struggle to inspire their team. On the other hand, a leader who actively works alongside their team, listens to their input, and acknowledges their contributions demonstrates the importance of teamwork in a way that resonates. This principle applies not just to leaders in formal positions of authority, but to anyone who seeks to make a positive impact on the people around them. One of the most compelling aspects of leading by example is its authenticity. People are more likely to follow someone who practices what they preach. This authenticity builds trust and credibility, which are essential for inspiring others. When someone sees you living in alignment with your values, they recognize that your actions come from a place of sincerity rather than obligation. This makes your influence more genuine and effective. For example, if you advocate for environmental sustainability, taking steps in your own life to reduce waste, conserve energy, or support eco-friendly initiatives shows your commitment to the cause. Your actions serve as proof of your dedication, making it easier for others to believe in and adopt the same practices. Leading by example also has a unique way of empowering others. When people see you taking initiative or overcoming challenges, it encourages them to believe in their own ability to do the same. Your actions become a source of inspiration, showing others what is possible and giving them the confidence to step out of their comfort zones. This is especially important in situations where people may feel powerless or unsure of how to contribute. By demonstrating that positive change is achievable, you pave the way for others to take action. Moreover, leading by example is a form of quiet leadership that doesn't rely on authority or persuasion. It's about showing rather than telling, acting rather than instructing. This approach is often more effective because it respects the autonomy of others while still encouraging them to reflect on their own behaviors. People are more likely to adopt positive habits or values when they see the benefits in action rather than being told what to do. For instance, if you consistently demonstrate a strong work ethic and a positive attitude, your colleagues or peers may naturally start to mirror those qualities without feeling pressured to do so. The impact of leading by example can be profound in various contexts. In families, parents who model kindness, patience, and responsibility set the foundation for their children to develop these qualities. In workplaces, employees who see their leaders acting with integrity, fairness, and transparency are more likely to embody these values in their own roles. In communities, individuals who take the initiative to volunteer, support local causes, or advocate for change inspire others to get involved. These examples show that leading by example is not confined to any one area of life. It is a universal principle that can be applied anywhere. It's also worth noting that leading by example doesn't mean being perfect. In fact, showing vulnerability and acknowledging your mistakes can be just as powerful as demonstrating positive behaviors. When you take responsibility for your actions and strive to improve, you model accountability and resilience for others. This humanizes you and makes your example even more relatable, as it shows that leadership is not about being flawless, but about consistently striving to do better. Ultimately, leading by example is about embodying the change you want to see in the world. It's about living your values in a way that inspires others to adopt them as well. By taking intentional actions that align with your principles, you set a standard for others to follow, creating a ripple effect of positivity and progress. Your example becomes a catalyst for change, showing that even one person's actions can influence many. In a world that often feels divided or uncertain, leading by example is a simple yet powerful way to inspire unity, hope, and transformation. Starting small while thinking big is a powerful approach to making an impact on the world. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the enormity of the challenges we face, whether it's poverty, climate change, inequality, or any other pressing issue. Many people hesitate to take action because they believe their efforts won't be significant enough to make a difference. However, great change often begins with small, deliberate steps. The most influential movements, inventions, and transformations in history started with someone who had a big vision and the courage to take the first step, no matter how small. When you start small, you focus on what is immediately within your reach. It's about identifying what you can do today in your own community or personal life to contribute to the larger goal you have in mind. Small actions are manageable and accessible, which makes it easier to build momentum. For example, if your dream is to combat food insecurity, you don't need to launch a nationwide campaign from the outset. You could begin by volunteering at a local food bank, organizing a neighborhood food drive, or donating surplus produce from your garden. These small efforts may seem minor in the grand scheme of things, but they have an immediate impact on the lives of those you help. Over time, they can lead to more significant opportunities to expand your reach. Starting small also allows you to learn and grow along the way. Taking manageable steps helps you develop the skills, knowledge, and confidence needed to tackle bigger challenges. For instance, if your ultimate goal is to start a nonprofit organization, beginning with small projects or initiatives gives you the chance to understand the needs of your community, build relationships, and refine your approach. Each step you take provides valuable insights and lessons that prepare you for the larger scale you aspire to achieve. Without this foundation, it can be difficult to sustain long-term efforts or navigate the complexities of broader initiatives. Thinking big, on the other hand, ensures that your small actions are aligned with a greater purpose. It's about maintaining a vision for what you hope to achieve in the long run while staying grounded in the present. A big vision gives you direction and motivation, reminding you why your efforts matter and what you're working toward. It also helps you see the potential impact of your actions, no matter how small they may seem in the moment. Every great achievement starts with a vision, an idea of what could be possible if you take consistent action and inspire others to join you. The combination of starting small and thinking big is especially powerful because it bridges the gap between aspiration and action. Many people have dreams of making the world a better place, but they get stuck in the planning phase, waiting for the perfect time or resources to get started. By taking small, immediate steps, you break free from the paralysis of overthinking and begin to create tangible results. Each small success builds momentum, making it easier to continue moving forward. Over time, these small actions accumulate, and their collective impact can be far greater than you initially imagined. This approach also inspires others to get involved. When people see you taking action, no matter how small, they're more likely to believe they can contribute as well. Your example shows that change is possible and that it doesn't require extraordinary resources or influence to make a difference. As more people join your cause or replicate your efforts, the impact grows exponentially. A single idea or initiative can snowball into a movement when others are inspired to take their own small steps toward the same goal. Another benefit of starting small is that it allows you to adapt and improve as you go. When you begin with smaller actions, you have the flexibility to experiment and learn from your experiences. This iterative process helps you identify what works and what doesn't, allowing you to refine your approach before scaling up. Mistakes are inevitable, but when you start small, their consequences are more manageable, giving you the opportunity to adjust without feeling discouraged. Moreover, starting small helps build resilience and perseverance. Large-scale change takes time and effort, and it's easy to lose motivation if progress feels slow or unattainable. Focusing on smaller, achievable goals allows you to celebrate milestones along the way, keeping your enthusiasm and commitment alive. These victories, no matter how minor, remind you that your actions are making a difference and encourage you to keep going. Ultimately, starting small while thinking big is about balancing action with vision. It's about understanding that meaningful change doesn't happen overnight, but grows from consistent, thoughtful efforts over time. Your small actions, guided by a larger purpose, create a foundation for lasting impact. Whether you're addressing local issues or working toward global change, this approach ensures that your contributions are both practical and purposeful. By starting where you are with what you have and keeping your vision for the future in mind, you can create a ripple effect that transforms lives and communities one step at a time. Collaboration is a cornerstone of creating meaningful and lasting change. No matter how talented or passionate you are, the challenges of the world are too complex for one person to tackle alone. Working together with others allows you to pool resources, ideas, and strengths, amplifying the impact you can make. Collaboration is not just about teamwork. It's about recognizing the value of diverse perspectives and skills and leveraging them to achieve a common goal. When individuals unite around a shared vision, their collective power becomes exponentially greater than the sum of their individual efforts. One of the greatest strengths of collaboration is its ability to harness diversity. Every person brings unique experiences, talents, and viewpoints to the table. When people with different backgrounds and skill sets come together, they can approach problems in innovative ways that might not be possible within a homogeneous group. For example, a team tackling environmental sustainability might include scientists, educators, community leaders, and activists. Each person's contribution enriches the effort, whether it's through technical expertise, outreach strategies, or community mobilization. Collaboration fosters creativity and innovation, as combining ideas often leads to solutions that are more effective and comprehensive than any single individual could devise. Collaboration also builds a sense of community and shared responsibility. When people work together toward a common purpose, they form connections that strengthen their resolve and commitment. This unity is especially important when facing difficult challenges, as it provides emotional support and motivation to keep going. Knowing you're part of a team can make obstacles feel less daunting and successes more rewarding. Collaboration transforms individual efforts into a collective journey where each person feels valued and invested in the outcome. Another critical aspect of collaboration is its scalability. When people join forces, they can accomplish tasks that would be impossible individually. A small group of dedicated individuals can organize large-scale initiatives, attract additional supporters, and influence broader societal change. Collaboration also facilitates knowledge sharing, allowing best practices and lessons learned to spread across communities and inspire others to take action. Ultimately, collaboration reminds us that we are stronger together. By working with others, you tap into a wellspring of collective creativity, strength, and determination. It's through partnerships, shared effort, and mutual support that the biggest and most enduring impacts are made. Together, we can achieve far more than we ever could alone.